Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to F1 Tonight 2017 Season 3, Race 12, and it's Monza. So here we are in Italy today. We're going to be going into 3 qualifying sessions. So we're in Q1 now. Q1, we've got 18 runners this evening. So from Q1, we'll be taking 3 of those runners out. We will then go into Q2 and decide the 15, or rather the top 10. So we'll take out 5, and then in Q3 we'll decide the final grid positions for the top 10 drivers. At this moment in time on track, it looks dry, so we don't seem to have any adverse weather conditions. Nobody actually coming out as yet, so what I'm going to quickly do is just run through the Drivers' Championship as it is at this moment in time and where we are, and then also just cover a little bit of information off about the track, the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, Italy. So, let's go through the Drivers' Championship. At this moment in time, with the Drivers' Championship, we have Ferrari, who's leading the championship at this moment in time. Looks like Martin is going out, so I'm going to quickly follow him. Who's ahead of him there? That is Martin, is on his outlap. So we'll stay with Martin while I just quickly run through this, as I say. So BAS F1 for Ferrari is currently in the lead of the Drivers' Championship with 169 points. He's closely followed by his teammate, Bo, with 154 points. Third place is Stoner from Haas with 147 points. Then we have Gamble with McLaren in 4th place on 120. John F1, Haas driver, is 5th with 86. Michael with Mercedes is with 81. Savage with McLaren is on 72. Martin BMW for Toro Rosso is on 69. Slacky, Renault's on 64. Butler for Renault's on 46. Slim Shamey for Williams is on 43. Portman for Mercedes is on 40. Rim for Red Bull is on 29. Phenomenon for Sauber is on 20. Peter F1 for Williams is 19 points in 15th place. Anganiki for Force India is 16, 11 points. Boyke is 17 17 for Sauber on 10 points. Elfren's 87 for Force India is 18th with 10 points. Woof for Red Bull is 19th with 4 points. And Miguel F1 is 20th for Toro Rosso with 2 points. Drivers, so that's the Drivers' Championship, Team Championship. We have Ferrari in the lead with 323 points. Second place is Haas with 253. McLaren a third with 178. Renault are fourth on 110. Mercedes fifth with 125. Toro Rosso sixth with 65. Williams 7 with 62. Red Bull are 8 with 33. Sauber are 9 with 30. And Force India is coming in 10th with 21 points. Now we've got a few penalty points that were incurred in Belgium. So they've obviously been applied to the drivers already. We don't have anybody starting at the back of the grid as far as I'm aware. So here we are now, riding with Martin in the Toro Rosso on his fast lap, and let's see what sort of lap times he sets. With practice this week, we've seen times of 1:21. So hopefully we should be expecting the faster times to be round about the 1:21, 1:22, which would be absolutely superb. So here we have now Martin coming around Parabolica, and this is a critical corner in this race to get it lined up and get that speed up as well. If you get it wrong, it's horrible, and Martin now sets a time with a 1:22.9. So great opening lap there from Martin in the Toro Rosso. It's got Savage now. Down to Parabolica. Michael's just set a time with a 1:25. Slacky for Renault 1:23. Michael 1:25. Buddha for Renault 1:23. Savage just goes with the fastest time, 1:21.5. So great job there, and we've got a driver in who I'm not familiar with. Wasn't made aware of that. We got oh no, is that Zwoof has changed his name? Yes, it is. So Zwoof is in the Red Bull, but he's changed his tag, so we've got M Zwoofering. Zwoof, I'll just call him Zwoof. Everyone knows you're a Zwoof, so tough luck on that one. So he said a 1:29.3, Michael 1:25.0. Oh, okay. Not too sure what's happening there. Okay, we've got an issue on the broadcast. Apparently it's not coming in full screen. Not too sure what that's about. Bear with me 1 second. that. We had the chat window open there. So that's now been resolved and we are full screen without the chat window. So apologies for that little technicality there. So here we are now. We're in Q1. 20 minutes, we're halfway through. So far Savage set the fastest time with a 121.5, which is a great opening for Q1. Bo is provisionally in second with a 121.8. Bass is third with a 122.0. Anga Nikki for Force India, great show there, 122.4. Zwoof fifth with a 122.7. Martin in the Toro Rosso was in sixth, has now moved down to seventh, as Savage, who was it? Gamble, I think, set the time at 121. Oh, sorry, yeah, 122.1. We just had another one drop in there. Slim Shamey now goes to fifth in the Williams. Great job from Slim there, 122.4. Martin, as I said, he's now dropped down to 8th with 122.8. Buddha 9, 123.0. Slacky's teammate 123.1. Portmer is just coming in or coming out. Let's have a look. I think he's coming out, Portmer. Yep. So that's a 123.1. Michael, Mike is just coming out. Michael in the Mercedes, 123.2. Miguel, 123.9. Elfrans for Force India, 123.9. Boyke, oh no, and Boyke's crashed out, so Boyke will be out of Q1. He will obviously be in the race, but he will be out of Q1. So he's in 15th at the moment, so he's going to be dropped. Even he can't improve on his time. All that can happen is others can improve on theirs. So he's certainly provisionally 15th at this moment. He could drop down a little bit further. Now we've got Elfrans in the drop zone in the Force India now with a 123.9. Phenomenon as well is in the drop zone 125. He's on the back of the track, so let's run with Phenomenon because he wants to improve on that time. He needs to get about a couple of seconds ideally off that time, dropping down to 123.0. So let's see what he can do as he's coming down the towards the Parabolica. As I said earlier, it's quite critical this corner that you get it lined up correctly. So let's see what Fanon can do. Yes, fantastic. He proves on the time there indeed by 2 seconds. He must have been listening to me. 2 seconds spot on. 123.08 there. So that brings him up to 12th place. So he's out of danger for this queue. Let's run with Miguel now because Miguel is in the drop zone. He's on his out lap. Miguel in the Toro Rosso, been putting in some great racing recently and some superb times as well, so I'm confident that he can improve on that time for this queue, and let's see what he can do. We hadn't had, going a little bit offline there. Doesn't improve on his time, so he's still on a 129, still in the drop zone. Who we had seen? Stoner hadn't come out yet, so Stoner's gone to 5th with a 122.2. So you can see Savage, Bo in the 121s, and then we've got the following 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers in 122. So going to be some really stiff competition when we come through to Q2 and indeed Q3. So Q3 is going to be very, very interesting looking at these times because we've got some very, very close times indeed. So obviously Monza is a high speed track, and with regards to that, it's probably one of the last few that are actually remaining. Ascari chicane is the crucial one because of obviously the speed as possible needs to be carried onto that final straight. and we're going to be looking probably, well, let's have a look. If we look at, say, turn 9, so turn 9 would be the Ascari. That's a long sweeping chicane, and it's you need to have your balance just right for that, so that you can get lined up for the following straight. Obviously, the parabolic, as I've mentioned, is quite critical. You need to ensure that you've got the perfect line through that to ensure the best speed carried out of that onto the start-finish straight. And with regards to DRS zones, if you're not familiar with them, so we have 2 DRS zones. So we have the DRS zone, which is effectively between corner 3, which is curva Biassono, and the variante, or variant. And detection zone for that is just before turn 2. And then we have the second DRS activation zone, which is on the back, on the Curva de Sergallo, so that's after Lesmo and before you get to Ascari itself. So 2 DRS zones, and we'll see quite a lot of action happening on those, I would suspect, during the course of the race. Now, I don't know if it's me, but oh, look at this! And Michael just going off track there. And that was that critical variante, turns 4 and 5. Before we get to Lesmo's, he's just going around Lesmo now. Lesmo 2 corners, so that one and this one here that we're just going round. We have the DRS activation zone in the last sector there. We have the coming up to the Ascari, threading the eye of the needle. Chicane corners effectively there. Really taking it quite easy there, Michael. So let's run with somebody that's in the drop zone. So Portmer, I think, will get through because it was 15. So Boyke is Joe. Miguel is the one that really needs to improve on this. So he's on the back of the track. He's obviously taking it easy. With Elfrance now. Elfrance coming down to Parabolica. He's going to get himself lined up now. He's taking it easy, he's going into the pit. He's only got a couple of minutes. He's going to be looking to do something to get himself out of that drop zone. Now is the time to do it. Miguel's now just starting his fast lap. Coming round Parabolica. Building up the speed there. And Elfin's actually retired from the session. It all hangs with Miguel now. He needs to get that critical time. So Slacky's also retired from the session, so I'm not too sure if we're having some issues there, but let's see what happens. Miguel now coming round to finish his lap. See if he can improve on that time. He doesn't. He's still on the drop zone, still on the 123.3. He's got a second chance. So he really needs to make this lap count now. And he's got the potential to push potentially Slacky, because Slacky's retired from the session, so he's not going to be doing anything. Oh, and it looks like Miguel has quit out of that now. So, yeah, Miguel has quit out of that lap. So it is a 123.3. He is in the drop zone, as is Boyke. So Miguel there, Boyke and Elfrans will be dropped from Q3 and go into Q2. But there we have it. Savage setting the fastest time with a 121.5. Now, as I said, not normally do we see the faster qualifying times in Q1, but I can assure you that is a fast time, and certainly from practice, that is also a fast time. So whether we're going to see that beaten, potentially, we certainly could. We've got a number of drivers that are very, very close on that 122 mark. So we might potentially see during this qualification a 120, and if we do, that would be absolutely fantastic. The current, I believe, time trial championship time for this is 119, but I'm not too sure about the split. So there we have it. Q1 is over, and we'll be going with 15 drivers into Q2, and I'll run through those in just a few seconds. So here we are. As I said, this is the famous Autodromo Nazionale di Monza in Italy. So very, very high speed track. And we're with F1 tonight for season 3 of 2017, race 12. And all the drivers certainly looking forward to this race. This track isn't loved by all drivers because it is high speeds and quite a tricky track, because if you're looking to get the high speed down, you need to have that downforce low, and there's some very, very tricky corners that you need to take care of. So we'll see what happens. So just waiting for the other drivers now to come in. Everybody moving on to the next session. So while we're here with the championship this moment in time, top 5 drivers. First place is Bass for Ferrari, second place is Bow, third place is Stoner for Haas, Gamble for McLaren is 4, and John for Haas is in 5th. So at this moment in time in the top 5, we've got both the Ferrari drivers and the Haas drivers, but very, very closely behind we have McLaren, with Gamble, as I said, in 4th, but his teammate Savage is in 7th place at this moment in time. Mercedes is still in there with Michael in 6th place, but undoubtedly the team champions at this moment in time are Ferrari. So here we are now with the drivers, and let's quickly scroll down to those drivers that have dropped. So Elfrin for Force India will be dropped from Q1. Boyke for Sauber also dropped. He'll be grid position 17. Grid position 16 will be Miguel for Toro Rosso, and I'm sure he's going to be disappointed with that. Everybody, as we can see, running on those super soft tyres apart from Stoner. So great time set by Stoner on those soft tyre with a 122.2. So let's see what can go into Q2. So here we are in Q2 now. Obi's coming out too quickly at this moment in time. Oh, we've got the Ferrari driver coming out. Bass or Bow? It is Bass. So Bass, run with Bass as he was the first out. And see what he's going to looking to do. Taking it nice and easy on his opening lap now. Just getting some heat into those tyres. Goes through Variante there, up to Lesmo. Nice high-speed corners there. You're generally going to drop either a gear or a couple of gears as you go into those corners. Gives you the acceleration as you come out, and he hits that DRS point there. DRS point, or first DRS point is effectively second DRS point on the start-finish line. So comes round. Scari coming up to Parabolica now, building up the speed, building up that momentum. I would expect, hopefully, to see a 121 at least, possibly a 120 odd. So let's see what happens. We just see the Mercedes there coming out. Goes through Variante there to Biasano, and this is again, you're building up speed as you're coming round here. Certainly going to be in 8th gear as you hit the Variante corners. Weave in and out through there, generally 3rd or 4th gear as you're coming out. Approaching Lesmo now, round to Lesmo. Nice and smooth, lining it up there. Great exit there out of Lesmo. Coming down now to the Ascari. You've got to line it up. Out there, hitting those curves beautifully. Coming down the straight. Getting lined up now for Parabolica. Don't see any exceeding any track limits so far, so we should be seeing a qualifying time set here. And indeed, 121.8, so not as fast as in Q3. We did see that 121.5. Stoner set to 121.8. So he's on the super softs. Michael now set a 123 for Mercedes. Got Martin BMW, great time there, 123.1. He's on the softs as well. Just had Bo come in now with a 122.5. He's on the softs. Anganiki, a 123.1 for Force India there. Slim Shamey, 123.6 on the soft. So a lot of drivers that were on the super softs for Q1 gone on to the softs for Q2. Savage now setting the fastest time with a 121.4. So that is the fastest of qualifying so far. So Savage setting an excellent history time there at 121.4 for Q2 in the McLaren there. So as expected, this is going to be quite mixed. We're going to see Ferrari, Haas and McLaren, I would expect, in those first three lines on the grid. There's Martin Anganik now. Slim Shamey, so he's in 10th with a 123.6. So anyone that's going to be in the drop zone now is going to be obviously higher than that. But we saw a lot of 122 set in the Q1, so I'd expect quite a number of drivers to be beating that time quite soon. Indeed, we've just had Swoof drop in, Slim drop down to 11 rather. So would have set a time now for Renault with a 123.3. Ride with Zwoof in the Red Bull as he approaches Parabolica for his fast lap now. And Zwoof sets a great time there, 121.9, puts him up into 4th place for this Q2. pushed Angoniki into the drop zone now with the 123.1. Buddha with a 123.3 for Renault. Slim Shamey with a 123.6. John for Haas still yet to set a time, still in the pits, and Phenomena's just out now. So let's ride with Phenomena. He's currently on his out lap. Just to mention some interesting information about this driver Phenomenon. Phenomenon is new to 2001 and to 2017, sorry, to F1 Tonight and 2017 Season 3. He only came into this season. But he really has showed some great driving, great results as well. So he's running with Sauber at this moment in time, but more interestingly, he doesn't run with any assists. So no traction control. No ABS. So it does make it that bit more difficult. But he certainly seems to get on very well with it. So let's see what he does. As he comes through now onto his fast lap. John for Haas is still in the pits. Through the session now. 121 still holding, 0.4 from Savage. We have seen Bass, Stoner and Zwoof all achieve that 121 mark, and certainly Zwoof was a little bit of surprise that we hadn't seen the Red Bulls really coming through in Q1. So unexpected but not surprising, let's put it like that, because great drive there, Zwoof as well. Hasn't been able to really get into this season. Oh dear. There as he's coming out of Mesmo. See how he gets on. Mascari now. Approaches Parabolica. Stoner's retired from the session. He's happy with that 121.8. He's pretty sure that's going to certainly keep him in the top 10. I wouldn't argue with that point. So Phenomenon, 124.5. He's going to be disappointed with that. He's still in the drop zone. So at this moment in time, we have Slacky in the drop zone, the 122.8. So teammate Buddha was in that position, but he improved from the 123. So Slacky is now in the drop zone, 122.8. So anybody that wants to get out of that drop zone needs to do better than that. So let's ride with John still in the pits. I'm not too sure what's happening there, whether he's coming out or not. We're riding with Martin now in the Toro Rosso. He needs to shave about a second at least off his time to give him a chance of getting through to Q3. We've only got 5 minutes to run now as he comes around Parabolica. See what he can do. And he does, 122.7, so fantastic. Just about leaves him in, but it pushes the other Renault driver now. So both Renault drivers, both Buddha and Slacky, in the drop zone, which isn't normal. They normally do get through, certainly to Q3. But this has really put the mix in. Let's say this is a fast track. It does suit those cars. Oh! Martin just running into the gravel there. Slacky's still out. He's just approaching Parabolica now. He can do. Oh, sorry, wrong. He's just going through the Variante there, so he's only just started his lap. So he's certainly aware that he's in the drop zone. He needs to, doesn't need to shave too much. There's only a tenth of a second between Martin's time and both the Renaults there. So he wants to try and assure himself of that place. So really, you want to be aiming for the low 122s. Sometimes even the 10th or 2/10 of a second is just so hard to find. Just coming up to Parabolica now. Let's see what he can do. And Renault get themselves out of the drop zone, and Slacky and Buddha, let's see what they can do. Buddha just starting his out lap. Slacky doesn't improve on his time. He needs to get pedal to the metal. How's his teammate doing? Let's have a look. His teammate now just coming through Ascari. The run down to Parabolica. Round now, building up that speed. Needs to shave quite a few tenths off that time. Succeed. Oh, 122.8 still holding. Now the drivers indeed have improved. So we now see that the drop is a 122.6, so there was that 2/10 of a second that makes all the difference. So Corba is currently in the drop zone, as is Martin in the Toro Rosso, as is Harmony in the Sauber, and both Renault drivers. So they are going to be sorely disappointed with that. We've only got just under 2 minutes to go. They really need to get a move on this if they're not going to get dropped. Martin has retired from the session. He's going to stick with that 122.7. He doesn't feel as if he can do any better on that. Zwoof as well. We did mention they dropped out. Oh no, sorry. It looks like Zwoof has actually gone off the line there, coming around Parabolica. Gone off the track. We've got the yellow flags there. So Zwoof loses it on the exit Parabolica onto the straight. Just riding with Portman now. Portman really needs to improve on this time in the Mercedes there. So he's just coming round Lesmar, approaching or coming down towards Ascari. See what he can do. Needs to shave at least a couple of tenths off that time. Sorry, wrong. He needs to shave a good second off that time. So Swift section on 121.8. See what he can do. Coming around Parabolica now. Nice and tight into the right hand corner, and then opening it up. As the corner opens up. See if he can better that time. Needs to go 121. He doesn't. So 122.6 still holds for Portmo in the Mercedes. Buddha just come through Ascari now, approaching Parabolica. His final chance now. Needs to get to him. Slacky in the drop zone. Phenomenal Sauber in the drop zone. Here comes Buddha now. Don't think he's got it, but we will see. Oh, he does! 122.2. Fantastic. Puts him up to 7th place and puts John in the drop zone in the Haas. So Zwoof holding that position with 10 on 121.8, but John now dropped to 122. Sorry, dropped to 11th place on the grid with that 122.5. Still on his outlap, so he still has the opportunity to improve on that as he comes round through Ascari, approaching Parabolica. Can he do that? Can he actually What is that time? Knock a second off his time. Well, at least 8/10 he needs to knock down, but a second to really shore that place. Let's see what he can do. And he's given up. So that's it. So in the drop zone we have John F1 for Haas. We have Portmer for Mercedes. Martin BMW for Toro Rosso. Phenomena for Sauber. And Slacky for Renault. So top 10 drivers. Savage there with that 121.4. Set it early on in the session and it held throughout. Bass with a 121.8 for Ferrari. Provisional second, or certainly second in Q2. We had Stoner for Haas with a 121.8. Michael Mercedes with a 121.9. Over the Ferrari, 121.9 also. He took fifth. Gamble for McLaren with a 122.2. Buddha pulled it out of the bag there. He was in the drop zone. Pulled it out of the bag with a 122.2, putting him up into 7th for Q2. And Anganicki for Force India up there, 122.3 in 8th place for Q2, and Slim Shamy for Williams 122.4. And then coming in we have Zwoof at 121.8. So getting ready now. Run through those drivers that are in the drop zone. So there we have John F1 for Haas, Portmer for Mercedes, will be taking 12th on the grid, 13 will be Martin BMW in the Toro Rosso, 14 on the grid will be Phenomena in the Sauber, and 15 will be Slacky in the Renault. So we're getting ready now to go into Q3, make or break. And I can already see that there's going to be some tough competition there. Undoubtedly, we're going to see some strategy calls as well. So here we are now, Q3, 12 minutes. I expect drivers to be coming out fairly quickly. So nobody's making the move as yet. Yeah, we got Ferraris, both Ferraris, Sauber and Haas coming out. Oh, sorry, Williams, and it looks like Williams is the first one out. So it actually looks like it's Slim. It's leading the pack out, followed by Bo and Bass. This is going to prove interesting. So we've got both Ferraris and then the Haas. So I think they're probably going to hold back on this outlap, give the Williams a chance to move himself forward, because they're certainly going to be looking to set some fast times, and they don't want to get into a situation where they're going to have to be looking to try and overtake that Williams. So everybody out bar Stoner and Buddha in the Renault. So Stoner for Haas, Buddha for Renault still in the pits. Stoner's just coming out now. Williams now approaching Ascari, going through Ascari. In that speed down as he approaches the Parabolica. Round there. Go tight in on that left hand side and then just gently open it up as the corner opens up onto that straight. So Slim in the Williams, just starting his outlap now. Bass just coming round Parabolica. Bo closely in behind that Williams, which surprises me. Didn't expect him to be that close, but let's see. So Slim going through Variante. Round Biasano. They're looking to hit 8 gears. They hit that Variante 2 corners, the left and right. Then coming up to Lesmo. First corner, Nicely done. Second corner. Nicely done, lining himself there up on the DRS. We can just see the Ferrari there in the background. Certainly looks like a good time here. Let's see what he's going to be doing. So he comes through Ascari. Not sure if he went over the limits there. You can see as he comes over the line whether he sets a time or not. See that Ferrari bearing down on him. Got that exit there. Ferrari coming through. Yes. Slim sets a 123. Bo sets a 121.6. So great result there. Let's have a look at Bass now as he comes across the line. We see Michael set a 123.9. Bass doesn't set a time, so he must have gone off the track. So, oh no, sorry. Yeah, he must have gone off the track at some point. See the track limits. Gamble now takes that first place with a 121.5. So we see 121.5 in Q1. We saw a 121.4 from Savage in that Q2. Savage in the pits at this moment in time. Ride with Anger Nicky. He hasn't set a time as yet. Buddha is out. He's just coming round to Parabolica now. Let's ride with the Renault driver of Buddha as he comes around Parabolica onto the start-finish straight. He sets a time of 122.3, puts him up into 4th place. So Bass out now. Anganiki just coming round the back of the track, hitting the second DRS point. He comes out of Lesma. Downhill, full tilt as he comes into Ascari now. Nice and smooth for Ascari. Lining himself up. Getting that line. Braking point critical. Parabolica. Nicely done. Tight in on the right hand side there. Then opens it up as the corner opens up onto the start finish straight. Expect a fast time on this one. Let's see what he does. A 122.1 puts him up into 6th place. Drops the Renault driver of Buddha from 6 to 7. Slim Shamey holding in 8. So only person to set a time yet now is Savage, but we have seen Savage. Oh dear, a little bit of weaving there from Savage as he was approaching the Variante corner there and up to Lesmo now. Really does take some. Yeah, he's just getting. Oh, he's getting the heat in those tyres. Wonder what he was thinking there. He's just getting the heat in those tyres. He's on his out lap. He's the only driver that hasn't set a time as yet for Q3. So 121.5 is the provisional pole position at this moment in time. His teammate Gamble. Let's see what he can do. Comes down to Parabolica. Not be weaving now. Savage, now's the time to set that time, and we've just seen Bass now set a 121.4, so matching that Q2 time. Savage undoubtedly be aware of that. Starts his fast lap now. Coming down to Variante. Amazing deceleration. Approaching these twin corners, this chicane here off the start-finish straight. Now riding through Biasona, the long right-hander, approaching Variante to that quick left-right. Very, very tricky indeed. Got to get that right. Oh, rise of curbs there. Hard on those curbs. As he approaches Lesma. Round the first corner there, Lesma. Into the second corner. Nicely done. Beautiful exit out of there. Slightly off there. You want to be a little bit closer to the left-hand side, so he would have left a few hundredths of a second on that one. Comes down towards Ascari now. Through Ascari. Nicely done there. Riding that curb on the exit. Full tilt as he comes down towards Parabolica now. Let's see what Savage can do. We know he can do fast time, 121.4. Oh, and he just losing it a grip there on Parabolica. That won't have helped him. But he still manages a 121.5. So that little slip there, we know he's lost a few hundreds of seconds. So I think there could have been every possibility there of actually getting into that first place, and he knows it. I think he's going to try and go again, but we will see. Certainly doesn't seem to be slowing down anyway. So Savage sets at 121.5, puts in provisional third. Gamble, his teammate, provisional second with a 121.5 also, slightly faster. He's 200 a second faster than 548 as opposed to 595. Bass in the Ferrari with a 121.4, so he's provisional pole. His teammate Bo is in provisional fourth place at this moment, 121.6, but he's just got over 3 minutes to go. Stoner in the Haas, 121.7 in fifth. Michael in the Mercedes, 122.0. Then we have the 122s with Anganiki in the Force India, 122.1. Buddha in the Renault, 122.3. Slim Shamey with for Williams with a 123.1. So really seeing some tough competition there for that pole position, and we can see the drivers weaving ahead there, just trying to get the heat into those tyres. Savage coming into the pits. Gamble just coming around Parabolica now. Getting himself lined up for a nice fast lap. Bo just coming around now. Let's see what done. Bo improves in his time, so he's taken provisional third from Savage with a 121.5. Savage in the pits. Gamble out at this moment. Let's see what he can do. Can he improve in his time? We've only got just 2.5 minutes to go now of Q3. This is certainly, if we stay in this is certainly going to be an interesting grid. With Ferrari and both, Ferrari, McLaren, and then the Haas close behind. We know that Stoner is good off the line, and certainly good at getting through. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So, just coming through Ascari now. Approaching Parabolica. Comes Gamble. Can he improve on his time? His teammate now coming out. Watch him as he's coming down Parabolica now. Oh, I think he went off track there. Yes, he did. So no time set on that one. He's going to be disappointed. And the 121.4 set by Bo now. 124.47, 0.03 of a second off his teammate's time with a 121.473. So now we're looking at a 1-2 Ferrari and a 3-4 McLaren. Stoner still maintaining that 5th place on the grid. Oh, and Stoner moves up to first on the grid. Fantastic. 121.3, great show there from the Haas driver, and just at the right time. We're watching Bo now as he's coming around the back of the track through Lesmo. He's undoubtedly going to be aware of that. He needs to shave 10th off his time in order to get that pole back. So let's see what he's going to do. Stoner in the Haas, he was in 5th place and just drops into pole on there. Fantastic job. That really has mixed it up now. Let's see what sort of reply Bo can make to this. Can he beat that time? Can he get sub 121.38? And he's coming round now. I don't know if he's going to have time to actually... Yep. No, he's coming in. He's coming in. He's going to take that 2nd place on the grid. His teammate Bass will be 3rd so far. We've got Gamble coming round now. So let's see what Gamble and Savage. So both McLarens line astern as they're coming through now. Anganiki and Buddha still out on track as well, so they have every opportunity to improve their times. A 121.3 step by Stoner now. 123.32. He was 123.36. So he's shaved another 4 hundredths of a second off that time, just to make his mark there. So we've got both McLaren drivers now approaching Ascari. Savage. Oh, and Savage goes off. Oh, look at that. He loses it. He goes through Ascari on the final turn, goes onto the gravel and straight in the barrier, takes out that inside front wheel. And he's going to be very, very unhappy with that. But he does maintain 5th place so far on the grid. Let's see what his teammate Gamble can do. No, Gamble's going into the pits. He's happy with that. And Anganiki in the pits and Buddha in the pits. So here we have it. Stoner steals it in the last minute of Q3 with a 121.3 121.36, and then improves on that with a 121.32. So great show there from Stoner in the Haas. Really laying down. Great job there. Great result. So there we have it. Haas will take pole position. Second will be Bo in the Ferrari alongside him. Behind him will be Bass in the second Ferrari alongside Bass. Second row will be Gamble in the McLaren. Third row will be Savage in the McLaren with Michael in the Mercedes. Fourth row will be Anganiki in the Force India. Great job there from Anganiki in the Force India. Alongside him will be Buddha in the Renault. And then we have Slim Shady in the Williams coming in 9th. So real mix there. We've got some real fighting on our hands. Expect some good hard fighting from those top 5 drivers on the grid so far, and certainly don't discount Michael, Anganiki, Buddha and Slim Shamy. Don't forget we've got the Renault driver of teammate to Buddha, Slacky. He's on 15th, so he'll be looking to make his way through because he certainly won't be happy with that. Also Phenomenon in the Sauber and all the others as well. So this is really going to be quite a tough race. So there we have it. Stoner for Haas, 121.3. Bo for Ferrari, second. Third, Bass for Ferrari. Fourth on the grid will be Gamble for McLaren. His teammate Savage alongside him will be in 5th. Michael in the Mercedes, 6th. Anganiki in the Force India is 7th. Buddha in the Renault is 8th. And Slim Shamy will be 9th. So there we have it. Let's go into the race now and see what we can do. So good evening everybody and welcome to F1 Tonight 2017 Season 3 Race 12 Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. This is a supremely fast track, one of the last high-speed tracks that we have, and we've got some great long sweeping chicanes. So great car balance is required. We've got some great top speed lines as well, and certainly some amazing turns. So here we are as they come onto their formation lap, and off they go. So as they're coming round now on their formation lap, and this is going to be very interesting on that first corner, Varianti. We're going to see a lot of hard fighting into that corner, and certainly coming out of it round Biasano as well, because there is the potential of overtaking before they actually come up to turns 4 and 5, Variante. So let's see what happens. It could be carnage. It has been known. And certainly not anything that's unusual for this Monza race. Ferrari obviously on home ground, so they've doubly got something to prove here at Monza. But let's see what they can do. They certainly have the ability and the capability. But these Haas drivers, both Stoner and John unfortunately in the 11th place. But again, John, no stranger to not doing the best of qualifying, but certainly fighting his way through the ranks. We are looking at 53 laps on this race, so it is going to be a tough race, and it is a hard race on the drivers as well. Concentration certainly required when you're going through Variante, and also, well, both Variantes, Variante Rettifilo, the first one off the start finish straight, and Rogia, which is turns 4 and 5. So those are quite criticals. Scari as well, and Parabolica. So it's really going to be very interesting indeed. So they're on the grid. Last drivers now coming onto the grid. There we have Anganiki just coming in at the back of the grid there now. So everyone in their slots, ready for the start of this race. So flag being waved, lights are on. 5, and they're off for Monza F1 tonight 2017 season 3 race 12, and they're fighting down the line there. Ferraris, the Bowen Bass, the McLarens there, Savage and Gamble pushing through as they're coming through to that first turn. Oh, and the Ferrari of Bo goes off. He's gonna have to give that place back. There's Stoner, everyone else slowing down through there. So Bo undoubtedly. Oh, we got safety car out already. Let's have a look at it. Let's run through the back markers. Yeah, we've got safety car out already. So Bo's going to have to give that place back to Stoner. So at this moment in time, we've got Bo in the lead, but he will need to give that back because he totally went through Variante, the first Variante there. Got Stoner. Behind him is Gamble in the McLaren. He's followed by Bass in the Ferrari, and then Savage in the McLaren. Then we have Michael in the Mercedes, maintains that position. Zwoof in the Red Bull really took advantage there and moved right up the field. Slim Shamey 8th. Aganiki has also really went through there. He's in 9th. Portma is currently 10, Phenomena is 11, or it will be 12. So we've got the safety car out. Let's see what happens. Not too sure. So Bowie's keeping that first place at this moment in time. Not too sure what's happening there. We've had quite a few cars jumping around there. Everyone's on the super softs, apart from Phenomena, Miguel, John, Martin, Slacky. Boyke looking at the long term here. He's gone on to the mediums, so he's going to be looking to stay out there as long as possible. Both Slacky and Elfrans in the pits, so clearly there must have been some collision through between Slacky and Elfrans to bring out that safety car, and that was on the first Variante, Rettifilo. So we're with Bo now, behind the safety car. So clearly considered that that place was taken fair and square from Stoner. We'll have to see what happens with regards to that. So let's ride with Bo. I don't think the safety car is going to come in on this one. I think we're going to be looking at one more lap, but let's ride through here and see what happens. So we're riding through in car as they come through Ascari now. Oh, and all the other drivers now are going to be weaving down this straight, looking to maintain the heat on the tyres. See if the safety car's going to come in or not. No, he's staying out. No, safety car staying out. Will be coming in at the end of lap 3. So they got one full lap still to go here. They will see Bowes closely followed by Stoner in the Haas, behind him Gamble in the McLaren, then Bass in the Ferraris in 4th place, Savage in McLaren is in 5th place, Michael in Mercedes in 6th, Zwoof in the Red Bull is in 7th, Slim Shamey in the Williams is in 8th, Anger Nicky in the Force India 9th, Phenomena in the Sauber got up to 10th place there, Buddha he's dropped down to 11th. Then we have Miguel in the Toro Rosso 12, John in the Haas 13, he's dropped a couple of places there I think. Then we have Martin in the Toro Rosso in 14th, Boyke in the Sauber, teammate to Phenomena is 15, Portma in the Mercedes, teammate to Michael is in 16th, Slacky teammate to Buddha in the Renault is in 17th, and he's followed by Elfrance in the Force India. So they're just coming around Variante 2 or second Variante, approaching Lesmar. Let's ride with Bo now because this is going to be critical. Bo needs to time this right because he's certainly, Stoner has the capability of potentially taking him on that straight, and I'm not too sure. He's certainly got some great straight line speed, so expecting to be running with probably a slightly lower downforce there. Oh, just weaving, getting the heat into those tyres. So let's watch them now. Safety car will be coming in, and as you can see, Gray's out there. Stoner just really keeping up on the gearbox of Bo, not going to give him the opportunity to break away too soon. Bo's really backing them up now. And you can see everybody's on that back straight, they're all backed up. He's really taking it very, very slow. Really not giving too much away as to when he's going to go. Getting himself lined up. Oh yes! And look, he's not up line. There we go. Oh, Stoner was going to make a mistake there and try and take him on there, but off they go now. So we are now racing in lap 4. Bo's in the lead, Stoner's behind, and we can see Bass coming up on Stoner and Gamble, 3 abreast as they come into Variante. 3 into 1, do not go. And let's see, and yes, Bass moves up into 2nd place, and we can see that Asa Stoner there fighting hard against Gamble, and Savage close in behind him as well. And we can see, oh yes, and Gamble pulls out ahead of Stoner as they're coming through Biasano. And both, oh no, and both McLaren's going to make it through as they come up to the 2nd Ascari now. Yes, they do. So both Savage and Gamble getting past Stoner. Stoner stays in that 5th place. He's got Michael in the Mercedes right behind him. So great move there. So both McLarens get through past the Haas. Bass gets past them as well. So we've now got Bo and Bass, both Ferraris, 1st and 2nd. There's no love lost between these guys, so don't think they're going to give a quarter to one another, because they certainly will not. So they're coming through Ascari now, onto that back straight. When we can see a few time penalties being set there, to exceed the limits. So here we are now, coming into Parabolica, out of lap 4, starting lap 5, we have 1st place is Bo in the Ferrari, 2nd place is Bass, his teammate in the other Ferrari. Bo just setting the provisional fastest time of 1:26. Then we have Gamble in the McLaren is in 3rd place, he's followed by his teammate Savage in 4th place. And look at this, he's trying to take him as they're going through the 1st Variante. My goodness. He certainly isn't going to give a quarter to his teammate there, that's for sure. Stoner is in 5th, he's just watching the action at the moment in the background there. Then we have Michael in a Mercedes, he's in 6th place. Zwoof closing in on him, only half a second behind him in the Red Bull. Then we have Phenomena in the Sauber in 8th, Buddha 9, he's moved up in the Renault, the Martin BMW and Toro Rosso, he's followed by Portman, then Slacky in the Renault, 13 is Elfrans in the Force India, Miguel in the Toro Rosso is 14th, Boyk down to 16th in the Williams, John down to 17th in the Haas, and Anganiki is in last place at 18th at the moment in the Force India. So Bo and Bass coming round now onto the Parabolica. We've still got Gamble and Savage in 3rd and 4th, fighting it out, and Savage is certainly looking to take that place from his teammate Gamble. First opportunity he has, and if he can't have an opportunity, he's going to make one. So they're coming out of Parabolica onto the first. Do they have DRS? Not as yet. So into the first Variante now. All drivers through so far, and Zwoof looks like he's certainly hammering down on Stoner there. It's only 7/10 of a second between them. But half a second between the Ferrari drivers. So potential there for a change of places. Stoner just half a second now behind Gamble. Swoof's I've had that wrong there. He's 3.5 seconds behind. So these top 5 drivers really very, very close indeed. Anyone's at this stage of the game, because all it takes is one mistake, and it doesn't have to be a big mistake. So they're coming through Ascari now. Right, Martin's looking to make a move. Buddha in the Toro Rosso. So Toro Rosso of Martin there, coming through Ascari, close in behind the Renault of Buddha. Let's see if you can make this stick now. I think they've got DRS. So that's the detection point there. They're coming round. The first DRS is on the start-finish straight. Is he close enough to make a move on him? Let's see if he can. Oh, and Buddha's looking to make the move on Phenomenon, and does. Through the, just in the entrance to the first Ascari. Brave move there, but well done. So Buddha moving up into 7th place there, taking the Sauber of Phenomenon just as they're approaching the first Ascari, but Phenomenon not having any of it, as they're coming up now to the second Ascari. Phenomenon close in behind now as they're coming into the first Lesmo. Let's see now. Oh, yes indeed. Martin's close in behind, so these 3 drivers really, really fighting it out here, very close behind each other. Great battling going on. So riding with Phenomenal. Let's watch Buddha as he comes through Ascari in the Renault. He's got Phenomenon. Look, oh, and Phenomenon goes offline there. So Phenomenon offline through Ascari. Slows him down, also slows down Martin now as well, because Martin's very, very close in behind Phenomenon. So Phenomenon just within. Smooth sets a fast time, 1:25.9, fastest lap so far. So Phenomenon will have DRS, as does Martin in the Toro Rosso as well. So let's watch them as they're coming into the first Ascari. And yes, he's looking, and he makes the move through the first Ascari. Martin takes Phenomenon, and that is clearly a point where Phenomenon will have issues if he's got people close in behind him, because he just doesn't seem to be able to get that speed down on, indeed through that first Variante now. But he's not giving up, he's fighting it out, he's not going to let it go. So Martin through to 8th place now, taking the place of Phenomenon. Portman now. Now Portman's in the Mercedes, he is behind Phenomenon, but he's actually on the mediums, whereas Martin was on the softs, same as Phenomenon, and Buddha was indeed on the super softs. So time penalty incurred there. Savage has retired from the session. Oh dear, what happened there? Oh, dearie me. Oh no, but Savage was really pushing it, and he's clearly lost it as they come out through Ascari. Lost it, gone into the barrier on turn 10, and he is out. So Savage is out. What a shame to see that, but there you go. He was certainly pushing it. That was without any doubt. And we've got Mike Evans as well in the Mercedes DNF. So let's have a look what's happening up front. So Bo's opening up that lead. Not by much, it's 1.4 seconds, but it is opening up. Then we have Stoner now has moved up to third place. So clearly there was a move by Savage or on Gamble, which resulted in a little bit of disaster there. But it gave Stoner in the Haas the opportunity to get past those McLaren drivers and take third place. Gamble now is in fourth, and Zwoof has certainly closed down that gap. It was around about 15 seconds, I think, and it's now closing down to about 4 seconds, so clearly an issue there. For Stoner to Bass, 1.5 seconds just over, so he really has made the most of that problem they had coming out of Ascari. Zwoof closing in as well. Buddha in the Renault, 7 seconds behind Zwoof. Then we have Martin in the Toro Rosso. Then Phenomena is in 8th place. Portmer is closing in on him, but not at any fast pace there. He's currently in 9th, but he's on the medium, so he's going to be going for the longer stint. Then we have Slacky in the Renault in 10th on the softs. Elfrans for Force India in 11th. Miguel for Toro Rosso, for Toro Rosso in 12th. Slim Shamy for Williams is in 13th. John in the Haas moving himself up to 14th now, but again John is on the medium, so he's going to be looking for the longer run on this, as is Anganiki in the Force India and Boyke in the second Sauber as well. So interestingly enough, we've got quite a mix of strategies going on here, and we've got the safety car out. So safety car out due to that incident there with Savage. So they've met up with the safety car as they're coming, I think, through the second Ascari. So we are on safety car conditions in lap 10. So, wow, indeed, as expected, a lot of action going on. And let's have a quick review and see where the drivers are and how many changes were made. So, Gamble did start off in 4th, has moved up 2 places to 2nd. Zwoof, great job there from Zwoof, and we see, I was wondering what was happening there, but we see that the Mercedes drivers have indeed pitted. So that's why under safety car they have pitted. So that's interesting. Okay, so Zwoof moved up quite a number of places. Martin moved up in the Toro Rosso 9 places. Phenomena in the Sauber. So Portmer as well, provisional 6 now. Some great moves there, and the losers unfortunately were, well, we won't cope Bo and Bass because they've obviously pitted, were Buddha, Slim Shamy, John and Anganiki. Everyone pretty much coming into the pits now. And I think got quite a number of pit changes there, and quite a lot of changes because they're going off the softs off the super softs onto the softs now. So quite a bit of change going on, and let's run through it. So Stoner now has taken provisional 1st place in the Haas, where he was. He's on the super softs, so he will be needing to come in pretty soon. Then we have Martin in the Toro Rosso, is provisionally in 2nd place. Let's run through those. So there we have Stoner. Then we have Martin in the Toro Rosso, provisional 2nd. Phenomena, provisional 3rd. He's on softs as well. Then we have Portmer. Now Portmer is on the mediums, and I'm pretty sure Portmer hasn't actually pitted as yet. Oh, he has. Okay. I was wrong there. So Portman's gone looking to go to the end of the race, I think. If he's put on those mediums now, he's going to be looking to go to the end of the race. Slacky, he's moved up to 5th place. He's on the softs as well. How many stops has he done? So, of those, we're going to see Stoner, Martin and Phenomenon certainly have to come in. Also, Miguel. Not too sure about Boyke, because Boyke is on the mediums, as we can see there. Now, Bo and Bass have both gone on to the softs. They are in 6th and 7th place. So they will move up to the 3rd and 4th once those drivers ahead of them pit. But the one that makes it difficult, yep, Portman's going to be probably under pressure, as is Slacky as well. So this is going to be interesting. This really is going to be very, very interesting indeed. See how this pans out. And they're green, so they're off. And Stoner looking to move up there. Portman's taking that place. And there's going to be a hard fight, certainly, as they come into the first Ascari here between the Toro Rosso and the Mercedes. But we've got the Ferraris in the mix as well now. Oh, and the Renault there of Slacky. Bass overtaking, getting through, as does Bo as well. So both Ferrari drivers pass the Renault, but Slacky takes it back from Bo as they're coming round the Biasson into, or approaching 2nd Variante now. So Slacky wasn't happy with that. You're not taking my place, thank you very much, I'll have that back. But Martin, great job, is in 3rd place at this moment in time, but he will need to pit, as will Stoner. And this really is going to mix it up. So there we have Bo in 6th place. Buddha in the Renault is in 7th. So he's behind this pack here of, oh dear, 6 drivers there. Oh, and there's John. He's coming through. John's in 7th place. He's on the mediums. He's leading that pack behind him. So great job there from John in the Haas, but he's under pressure from Slim in the Williams. And Gamble's left the session. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Gamble crashed out. If he has, we missed it. Anganicki's out as well. So was there an incident between those 2 drivers? There may well have been. Sorry we missed it, but there's so much action happening at this moment in time. Yep. And we've got drivers in the pits there. So Anganicki and Gamble, both out now. So we're down to 13 drivers. John coming into the pits. What's he putting on? Is he putting on a set of softs? Have a quick look here, because it's going to be onto a set of softs. Okay, let's get back up into front now, where the action is. Stoner is still in the lead. He's on those super softs. He hasn't pitted as yet, let's remember. So no stops from Stoner and no stops from Martin. Bass has taken into 3rd place, so he's in a great position there. Stoner's only about 6 seconds ahead of Bass at this moment in time. Now this pit is a short pit, so it is a fast pit. But I think he's going to need probably around about 15 seconds, really, on the outside if he's going to pit. So he really needs to get pedal to metal, and he indeed sets the fastest provisional lap so far, 1:25.2. So Portman in the Mercedes there, currently 2nd place on those medium tyres. He is very, very closely followed by Bass in the Ferrari. Indeed, only 0.3 of a second on it as they're coming round Biasson now, approaching the 2nd Variante. And you can see Bass taking the line there to try and see if he can make the move, but Portman closes the door on him. They're coming to Lesmo. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, and slightly offline there. He's got DRS. Yes, he has. Opens it up. Portma doesn't, and remember Portma is on the medium tyres, so he won't have the same sort of grip that Bass does, but he's holding his line. He is holding his line, but Bass is certainly closing in on him. Bo is closing in on Martin, who's provisionally in 4th place in that Toro Rosso. And you can just see a beautiful shot there as they're coming into Parabolica now. So this is where Bass is going to look to make that move on Portma. He's very close in behind his gearbox there. He's got DRS, and he's going to be looking to take the inside as they come into the first Variante. Toro Rosso close in behind. Yep, good move. He gets it. Oh, and oh, dearie me. Bit messy there through there, Portma, but Bo making the move on Martin. Let's have a look at this. Yep, Bo's looking to make that move on Martin as they approach the second Variante now. Bo can't quite get round this Toro Rosso. Martin putting in a great job there, really defending his position exceptionally well. 3-second time penalty for Buddha in the Renault there, exceeding track limits undoubtedly. So great fight happening here between second and second and 5th really. So Bass made the move on Portma, but Martin closing in as well, but he's got Bo closing in on him. They're coming down to straight on the Parabolica. Let's ride with Martin, because at Ferrari, there's the DRS detection point. He's certainly got within DRS. Now, is he going to take him before he gets to the DRS, or is he going to use that DRS on that start-finish straight? He needs to take the outside line if he can. Let's see if Martin can defend that, and Martin goes defensive indeed. Slightly moving out to the right there, but he just hasn't got the legs to get through there, so Bo can't make that stick. Let's go with Swoof now. Swoof closing in on Buddha. They come through the first Variante, and he's looking to make the move as they're coming round Biassono now, building up speed. He's taking the dirty line. Can he make it stick? They're approaching second Variante now. Let's see what he's going to do here. Oh, and he's looking to try and get a little peek in there. And does he get it before he gets into Lesmo? No. Buddha closing the door there as they're coming around Lesmo. And Swoof is quite happy to take that dirty line and try and see if he can get past. Risky move. Can't get past that Renault. So he's got DRS. But so has Buddha as they're coming in now to Ascari. Oh, and he's so close in behind him. Look at this. I'd like to say you could get a cigarette paper between them there, but I don't even think a Nat's whisker would fit. Oh, they're coming into Parabolica now, and Swift takes him on Parabolica, just on the entrance to Parabolica there, takes the right-hand side line there, close in, makes the move. Don't think Buddha will have DRS. So there we have it. Swoof in the Red Bull makes the move on Buddha in the Renault as they're coming into Parabolica. Let's ride now with Bo, because Bo is only 1/10 of a second behind Portman now. He has taken that position from Martin, so he's moved up into 4th place, got past the Toro Rosso. And he needs to get past this Mercedes to ensure that they stay up there. Stoner still out. He's only 6 seconds ahead of Bass. He needs at least another 9 seconds by my calculations. Keep that place. If he doesn't, he will come out probably in 4th. He might come in behind Bo if Bo stays here. Or indeed, if Bo manages to take Portma, he would come out either just ahead or just behind Portma. Oh, let's see, they're coming into Parabolica now. Portma's taking the right-hand side, which is the defensive line as they're coming through. But, oh, look at this. Can he make it stick? Oh, slightly sliding there, and he does. So, Bo makes a move on Portma through Parabolica, makes it stick. Great job there. So, both Ferraris now move up positions. Bass into second, Beau into third. Portma in the Mercedes, he's on those mediums. He is in fourth position at this moment in time. Doesn't really need to push it too much. He's not really going to be able to catch up with him on those tyres. So, you know, hold your position, keep a good time. And we have Martin, and Martin putting in a great show here. Martin is fifth, but he still, I don't think, has pitted. Let's have a look at this. No, he hasn't. So he will need to pit. He can't stay out there forever on those softs. But more critically is our current race leader, Stoner. Because he hasn't pitted and he's on a set of super softs and he's already done 18 laps on them. So they are going to start getting somewhat ragged. He does come in. He is going to need to build up some serious speed between himself and Bass. He is currently 6 seconds or thereabouts. As I said, roughly from my calculations, I'm not sure if I'm, but I would think he's going to probably need a good 15. Bass now sets the provisional fastest time on a set of softs, 1:25.0. Now, we are more or less just over a third of the way through this race. So clearly, he's burnt up some fuel and he's carrying a lighter load. But great job there. Beau now, he's got a 5-second stop-go penalty for corner cutting. Oh no, 5 seconds for Beau. So if he comes in now, where's that going to put him? That is going to put him coming out round about probably where he's come in, and that's probably going to drop him down to around about 10th place. So he's not going to be happy with that. That's really going to play havoc with his strategy. Now, are we going to see him go potentially onto a set of mediums? I think there's every possibility. He's got a 5-second stop go. He's probably going to come out round about between Boyke and John in the Haas. So if he's going to be coming in, he might as well do a tyre change. And I would suspect if he does do that, he's going to be going on to those mediums. See him through till the end of the race. But let's see what happens. He's got 3 laps to come in. He isn't coming in on this lap. He's got 2 laps within which he needs to come in, or else suffer a 10-second penalty at the end of the race. And you can see he's not happy there. Certainly the way he took that first variante, he is not a happy bunny. So Bass is in second, Stoner is in first, but Stoner is going to need to be coming in pretty soon. Bass is closing down that gap. So this really isn't helping Stoner. And if I was Stoner, I'd be saying, okay, he's closing down, my tyres are getting ragged, I need to come in. Yes, I'll lose the place. But Beau, as I said, has got that 5-second stop go. Almost holding in there in the Mercedes in 4th place. He is running on the mediums. So he'll be going, well, if he doesn't, he could potentially go to the end of the race, but it's very likely he's going to go for a late super soft shout. And if he does, it's probably, I would suspect, going to be around about lap 40 this stays here. Oh, but he is really riding those curves somewhat hard. I'm not too sure if he's going offline there, so he looked at it. Then we have Martin in the Toro Rosso. Great job from Martin. He's holding that 5th place, but he still hasn't pitted. So, even though he's on the softs, he can run longer than Stoner, but even so, he is pushing it. And Snacky in the Renault's moved up. Only 1 second just behind him now. He hasn't got, oh, he has got DRS. So he's just opened up DRS now as they're coming into the first variante. Off that start-finish straight. Can't do anything useful there. Oh, nearly loses it as he's coming out of there. We have Slim in the Williams just coming through now as well. He's in 7th place. Then we have Buddha in the Renault, and he's under pressure still from Zwoof now. He did take the place back. Zwoof is now putting pressure on him again and again. He's looking to try. So clearly some fighting going on here between this Red Bull and this Renault. see Zwoof take the place from Buddha, but Buddha's taken it back, and now Zwoof's looking to make that move again. So nothing in between these guys. He's only 0.2 of a second off him. So he's got DRS. Can he do anything with it as they're coming down to Ascari? Let's watch him through Ascari, because I would expect Zwoof to look and make a move through here if he can. And look at that, yeah, he's taking that left hand inside. Doesn't make it stick. Buddha's got a better racing line through there, Ascari there. Now, this is the other potential one as they're coming around Parabolica, laying the power down. And Bass has indeed taken first place. Stoner has come in. Stoner is in the pits at the moment. Slacky's gone past him. He's in 7th now. 8th. And he's coming out now. Yep. So, as I thought, well, not too bad. He's come out in 9th. I was expecting somewhere around there. So he's come out in 9th place. He's gone on to the softs. So, Bo and Bass are taking provisional first now. Zwoof is on the super softs. He's still closing in behind that Renault of Buddha there. Really nothing in it between them. 0.3 of a second here. So this is really good action. This is the super softs versus the softs. But Buddha's holding that place. He's not letting it go. And they come up to Ascari now. You can see with that Renault driver, Buddha there, he takes the right-hand side of Ascari, whereas Zwoof in the Red Bull takes the left-hand side. But they're coaching Parabolica. Now, Zwoof does have the advantage now as they're coming into Parabolica. He's on that right-hand side, but that Renault really needs to lay down that power if he's going to stay ahead of him. And you can see John in between those two, I think it is. Or is it Stoner? No, it's Stoner. So Stoner's looking to try. Look at this. This could get very messy here. 3 of the breast as they're coming into the first Variante. Who takes it first? And Buddha's in there. Zwoof's trying to get through as well. And Zwoof takes him on the exit of the first Variante as they're coming into Villasomo. And you can see that Haas there of Stoner closing in behind. Multiple warnings there for Stoner. 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. See Stoner. Oh, they're coming to second Variante there now. So Zwoof taking the place back from Buddha. He's moved up in 7th place. Buddha is in 8th place. Stoner in 9th, closing in on Buddha. As they're coming round to second Lesma now. Into the DRS point. So he's got DRS. Zwoof's certainly pulling away, so he's got the faster speed there than that Renault. Stoner closing in. Now, this is where he could potentially take that place from the Renault driver. He's certainly going to have DRS. So there's the DRS detection point. They're coming round. Parabolica now. Onto that start-finish straight, so he'll have the DRS on him. So it's all a question of whether he can get onto that entrance of the first Variante. He's sitting back. He's following in. He's going to wait for his opportunity and for his chance. So great racing there, and all the gaps pretty much opening out now. It is really Stoner that's laying down. He's trying to take him now as they're coming around to the second Variante. Oh, and Zwoof really riding those curbs there in that Red Bull. So through second Variante, round Lesma now. See what he can do here coming up to the second DRS point. Stoner is going to be looking to get past this Renault as fast as he possibly can. Coming into Ascari now. Ooh, really right up the gearbox. Look at this. Only a tenth of a second in it, and he takes the right hand side as they're coming into Parabolica. Certainly the strongest side to take. Close in hard on that right, and then just open it up as it opens out. And that red, oh, they touch wheels there. Yep, definite touching wheels as they're coming around Parabolica. So they're still line astern. Sorry, not line astern, next to each other. And is Stoner going to make it stick as he comes? Yes, he does. So coming into the first variante, Stoner makes the move on the Renault of Buddha there and takes 7th place. So Zwoof starting to open up that gap. I'm sure, well, Zwoof is on super soft, Slim on soft, so 2.5 seconds should start closing down on him now. Stoner is going to be closing down that gap on Zwoof. So Slim in the Williams, 5th place now. Martin still out on those softs, but he's going to need to be coming in very, very soon. Great show from him, certainly. Then we have Portmer. He's in 3rd place in the Mercedes, and he's on the mediums, so he's happy there for now. It's probably going to be a good, well, I would suspect he's going to be coming in probably round about lap 40 and going on to a set of super softs, but we will see. There we have our 2nd place, Bo, in the Ferrari. He's about 7 seconds behind his teammate Bass, who's in 1st place. He's running on the softs as well. So we saw them pit on the 2nd safety car. I would expect them to be going certainly through to around about potentially high 30s and potentially 40 on those softs. So this is going to make something very interesting. So I'm looking here and I'm thinking we're going to see Bo, Bass and Stoner go on to the super softs, probably around about lap 40, pretty damn close to it, either one way or one way or the other. And we're riding with Stoner. He's still looking to close in now on Zwoof. Got that gap down to 4/10 of a second. So he is certainly carrying the faster speed there. Let's see, is he coming through Ascari now? Favourite place here is obviously on that entrance exit into Parabolica and into the first variante as well. We have an aerial shot, great shot here. They're approaching Parabolica. No, he's happy to stay behind him for now. He's going to wait for his opportunity, bide his time. He does have DRS, so he's making the move now. Looks like he's going to make the move into the first variante off the start-finish straight, taking the right-hand side into this corner. And indeed, yeah, nicely done there. Makes the move on Zwoof, takes 6th place. So he's progressively moving up the field now. And here we have Slim now in the Williams. He's closing in on Martin. And remember, Martin is still on the same set of softs that he started the race with. So these are really running ragged, and it's giving Slim the opportunity to catch up with him and possibly make the move. Ooh. Coming around Lesmo now into the 2nd DRS point. So he has DRS. Is he going to use it? Oh, he's so close in behind this Toro Rosso. There we can see Stoner closing in behind them already, bringing that gap down. You can see the gap to Zwoof. I mean, it's already 2 seconds, and he only overtook him in this early part of this lap into the first variante. So he is really laying down some speed here. So Slim looking to make the move on the Toro Rosso of Martin as they come into start finish straight. Martin's still out on the same set of softs that he started this race with, and we are on lap 28. So this is going to prove somewhat interesting. See Stoner there, how got that gap down to Slim at 6/10 of a second. So real hard fighting here from Stoner, really cutting his way through this field. Well, maybe not so much cutting as scything his way through this field, because this is really great from him. So Slim needs to make this move. He's 5 to... Oh, and he's losing it there. Coming around Lesmo. Here we go. He's got the DRS, but he just cannot bring that gap down any less. They are all running on softs, these drivers. As I say, Martin is running on a set of softs that have now done 29 laps. And yes, it looks like Slim makes the move in them as they're coming out of Ascari. But Martin does have the right-hand side, but he's going to need to pit. So, is Martin going to be coming in? Oh, and Slim makes the move. Round Parabolica. Martin staying out. Stoner looking to make the move now on Martin as well. You can smell the weakness there. They're next to each other as they're coming in to the first Ascari here. And who's going to go first? This could end in tears. Oh, and Martin just sneaks it in there past the Williams of Slim. So really hard battling going here, and all this is doing is just frustrating Stoner, because he just wants to get past these guys. He's clearly faster, but he cannot get past them. We've got the fight going on here between the Williams and the Toro Rosso, and Stoner's just caught up behind it, and they're coming into the Lesmo, and as Williams is... Oh, Slim looking to make the move on Lesmo. Oh, he loses it slightly on exit there. Stoner's got to be careful, because these guys could lose it, and it could affect his race in a major way. And you can just see that Buddha is starting to close in the background there in the Renault. Portman's just got himself some penalty points for exceeding track limits. So Slim's still not able to close down this Toro Rosso. If anything, he's lost a bit of ground to him now. I don't think he's going to have DRS. But this will give the opportunity for Stoner to make the move on Slim. Oh, and somebody's gone off there. Who's gone off there? Looks like somebody went off at Parabolica. We got a safety car? No. Oh, Portmer's coming into the pits. I think it was Portmer. So Portmer into the pits. Yeah, he's got nose damage there going on to a set of super softs. So Portmer lost it. Brown Parabolica. So Stoner closing in on Slim now. 1/10 of a second, not even that half. Oh, no. Oh, this is really fluctuating. He's really right up the gearbox of this Williams here. Slim just not able to make the move on Martin in the Toro Rosso, but Martin, as I say, is going to have to come in. He's now on lap 30. Oh! And is Stoner making the move? He's trying to make the move and get past this Williams, but the Williams is just not giving him any opportunity. Slim not letting him get there. He's not going to make it easy for him. Certainly not. If you want that place, mate, you're going to have to work for it. And the winner at the moment on this is Martin, because he's giving Martin the opportunity, giving him a bit of breather. Not so much pressure now from Slim, because Slim's under pressure from Stoner. Stoner building up the speed there, and they're both coming in. Okay, so Stoner takes third place. Martin and Slim both coming to the pits. So Stoner moves up to third place now. Buddha in the Renault moves up to fourth. Martin and Slim in the pits. And Martin's got some front nose damage there, so he's having a nose replacement. Slim gets out ahead of him. Zwoof is coming down now. Oh, let's watch Slim there. Slim comes out behind Zwoof. Sorry, behind Slacky. No, behind Zwoof, and Slacky's behind Slim. That's it, got it. And Martin comes out behind Slacky. There we go. So Martin down to 9th place. He's on a set of super softs, so he's going to be looking to try and carve his way through this field. We're on lap 31 of 53. 22 laps to go. Stoner's 22 seconds behind. So by my reckoning, the Ferraris, if they maintain that gap, are safe to pit and still come out ahead of that Haas. But Buddha in the Renault, great show here. He's moved up to 4th place, and let's just quickly check the stops. Okay, so the front 4 runners have all done 1 stop. Buddha's in 4th place, so he's in a strong position there. We've got John in 5th place. He's 9 seconds behind him. Still Slim's 3-second time penalty for the Williams driver there. So we've got John behind. He's done 2. Martin's only done the 1. So yeah, this is looking good for Renault. Looking good indeed. And John is 9 seconds behind in the Haas. So good points here at this moment as well for Haas. As we know, both McLarens out. Very unfortunate situation there. So riding with Stoner now. That gap's staying pretty much at 22 seconds to Bo. Certainly Bass, if he pits, will have no problem at all coming out ahead of Stoner. Bo potentially as well. So there's Stone. Let's see what we've got going on a little bit further back the field there. So let's run through. We got our drivers, as I said. We had Bo, Bass in 1st, Bo 3rd is Stoner. Buddha for Renault is currently in 4th, and we've got a virtual safety car. So what's happened there? Ooh. And yeah, who's that pitted there? So that was Bo pitted under the virtual safety car. Is he going to come out ahead of Stoner? No, he isn't. No, so Stoner goes through to 2nd, but Bo stays ahead of Buddha critically in the Renault. So he's had his 2nd change now. He's gone on to a set of softs, and those will see him through till the end of the race. As I said, Bass, he's our race leader now. He's got a clear 30 seconds, so he can still pit as well. Yeah, he can still pit as well and safely come out, and he probably will do under this still virtual safety car. I'm trying to see the lights here. I believe it may well be. Let's have a look. Yep. No, and Bass stays out. So Bass is staying out. The virtual safety car has now gone. Indeed he has. So Stoner looking to try and close in that gap as much as he possibly can, and he needs to close that gap, and Bass needs to be aware of that. He's already taken 2 seconds out of that gap. Then we have Bo behind. He's only 2 seconds behind Stoner, but he does have a fresh set of softs on, so he has the advantage. Then we have Buddha. He's currently in 4th place, and he's coming in now for a pit. So hopefully that might be okay. He's got 17 seconds to Zwoof. So he could potentially come out still ahead of Zwoof. Let's see what happens here. It looks like he's got a stop go. Yes, he has. So 5 seconds stop go there for Buddha. So he decided to take that early. So Zwoof does take the place from him, as does Slim as well, and Slacky, his teammate, and Martin. But he has gone on to a set of super softs. 19 laps on a set of super softs. It's certainly doable, though I feel he may have called that a little bit too early there, but we will see what happens. Oh, dearie me. Major through first variante there. Really gets the line completely wrong in that Renault there, but fortunately he was lucky. John didn't take the place from him, but John in the 2nd Haas there is certainly going to be laying down the pressure now. But bear in mind, John is on a set of softs and Buddha is on a fresh set of super softs. So as long as he gets a little bit heat into those tyres and gets them going, he should be able to pull away from that Haas. Stoner set the provisional fastest time of 1:24.3 now. So he's taken another 2 seconds out of that gap in the last lap. So Bass really, he's going to need to be coming in thinking about coming in pretty soon. He's just coming around Lesmo now, so he's on the back of the track. So he needs to be thinking about coming in and going on to a set of softs, unless he's going to be running longer, looking to go on to a set of super softs. But he is risking Stoner closing down that pit window and maybe overtaking him. So he needs to make that call pretty soon. And there we have Slacky looking to make the move on the Renault. Let's have a look. Is Bass coming up to Parabolica now? Let's see if he goes in. If not, we'll go back to the action there with Slacky. Yes, and he does. Okay, so this is going to be interesting now. Is he going to go on to another set of softs, or is he going to go on to a set of super softs? Let's have a look now. Where's Stoner? Stoner just coming up to Parabolica now. Yep, and he's safely out, and he is on another set of softs. Stoner just coming down the start-finish straight now. Yeah, so Bass safely out ahead. Both setting the fastest provisional time now, 1:23.9. So Bass pits, comes out safely ahead of Stoner. He's on a fresh set of softs now. So now it's Stoner that has the disadvantage because he's only pitted the once. Both Ferraris have pitted the twice now. They're on their final set of tyres, a set of super softs, sorry, a set of softs. See them through to the end of this race, as is Zwoof and Slim as well, although they did pit a little bit earlier. So, yep, they're certainly making a good strategy calls here, no doubt about that. So, there's Stoner. He's 1.6 seconds behind our current rateless leader, which is Bass. Behind him, a couple of seconds or so behind him, is second Ferrari of Bo. Then in provisional fourth place we have Zwoof, and he's 21 seconds behind Bo. Then we have Slim Shamey in the Williams. Great job there from Slim. He's currently in fifth place. Martin in the Toro Rosso. Great show from him. He's up into sixth. Then we have Slacky in the Renault. He's in seventh place. He's followed by his teammate Buddha, who's in eighth place. Then we have John in the Haas, and John is still not able to get past this Renault of Buddha. So he's really putting up a strong fight there. Then we have Boyke in the Sauber, he's 10th, and his teammate Phenomena in the Sauber is currently 11th. DNFs, we have Portma for McLaren, we have Miguel for Toro Rosso, Anganiki for Force India. Sorry, not Portma for Mercedes, I apologise. Miguel for Toro Rosso, Anganiki for Force India, Gamble for McLaren, Elfren for Force India, so both Force Indias, and Savage for McLaren, and both McLarens out. And then we have Mykeb in the Mercedes, and both Mercedes out as well with Portma and Mykeb. So Mercedes, Force India and McLaren all out DNF. We're back with our race leader there, Bass in the Ferrari. He's building up that gap. It was 1.6, it's now 2 seconds. So he's increasing the gap to Stoner. Bo pretty much maintaining the gap that he's got to Stoner, so that's still sitting around about 2.6 seconds. Zwoof, that's still sitting pretty as well. Zwoof in the Red Bull in fourth place, and Zwoof done very well as well there, let's be fair. We haven't seen the Red Bulls up at the front of the race too much this season, so great opportunity for Zwoof to pick up some very important points here, as with Slim as well in the Williams. So important there for these guys as well. We can see they've all done their stints, and Slim is on the super softs, so he will be coming in. Martin is also on the super softs, but they could potentially go through to the end of the race, even though they did pit 2 or 3 laps ago. There is the possibility there, and we did see Martin certainly do a very long stint on that set of softs. So let's see what happens there. Slacky is in 7th place for Renault. He's closely followed by his teammate Buddha's, only just over a second behind him. And John in the Haas is 5/10 of a second behind Buddha. So John is going to be looking to try and make that move on the Renault as soon as he is able, but he just hasn't had the opportunity. So let's see what may happen here. So we're on lap 38 of 53. It's F1 tonight, 2017, Season 3, Race 12, Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, the famous Monza track, home to Scuderia Ferrari, and certainly Ferrari fans out there are going to be very, very happy indeed that they can see Ferrari in first place. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Bo move up into second place. Said Stoner is on a older set of tyres, so he will need to pit. There isn't enough of a gap, so we will be back to a 1-2 Ferrari for this race. And John, 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits there. So he's just not able to close down to this Renault. And the Renault is running on the super softs, as I said, so not a great deal of surprise there. So this really is feeling very interesting indeed. Seen hard fighting between the McLarens early on, which possibly led to a collision which actually put them both out, although not simultaneously. And Buddha really not very happy with that first Variante there. Just not able to make that corner, unfortunately. A bit sloppy there, but John still behind him. Not really much he can do at this stage of the game. He needs to close in. Parabolica seems to be a great favourite there, or indeed the entrance into the first Variante off that start-finish straight. So let's see what happens here. But let's have a look. He stops now, 'cause it's interesting. So Stoner needs to come in. Martin is on the super soft, so could potentially go to the end of the race. Certainly from what he did with those softs, there's every possibility on there. Then we've got Phenomenon, but Phenomenon's on the medium, so I think he's going to be, as is Boyke, his teammate. So I think he's going to be looking to go to the end of the race on these. Position change, well, Bass did start in third, so he has moved up to first place. His teammate was in second, so he's moved down a place, but he will undoubtedly get that second place back. Swoof, great show from him. He's moved up 6 places from 10th. Slim Shamy, great show from him as well. He's moved up 4 places from 9th. But Martin BMW certainly stealing the show at this moment in time for position changes and position on the grid as well. So he's in 6th. He's moved up 7 places. Buddha moved up 1. John moved up 3. Slacky moved up 6 places. But then again, we have had quite a number of DNFs, as with Boyke and Phenomenon as well. So quite a few gains here. We have had a number of DNFs, so hardly surprising with regards to that. But certainly so far, it looks as if Ferrari have made the... Oh, dearie me. And Boyke really riding all over and corner cutting there. 3-second time penalty through the first Variante. Really not very pleasant through there for him in any way, shape or form. His teammate now just coming up to and he's being overtaken there by, I think, Slacky. Oh no, it is Buddha, I apologise. So he's moving across there, letting Buddha through. And also John. So John just not able to close down this gap to Buddha. Slacky obviously came in for a pit change there. So he's dropped down to 9th, so he's gone on to a set of super softs. So he'll certainly be looking to go to the end of the race on those now, because we've only got 12 laps to go. So 12 laps to go. Is Stoner going to stay out on his set of softs and maintain that second place, or is he going to come in? I predicted round about lap 40 he'd be needing to come in. We're on lap 41, so he's got 11 laps to go. Does he think he can see these softs through to the end of the race? Because he knows for sure that if he comes in and pits, he will be on the podium, but he will take third place. So it's a question of whether he's happy with that and whether he's willing to take that risk. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. It would not surprise me at all. But he is in a safe position, so he's sensible head on. He should really be thinking about that. And we've got a 3-second time penalty for Boyke there. So this could be very, very interesting indeed. So, as I said, and let's just double check this, Stoner has only pitted the once. He is on a set of softs. He's going to need to pit, really, round about now, because those softs are getting somewhat ragged. But in doing so, he will undoubtedly give the place, second place, back to Bo, although he would maintain third place. So it's really, really a tough call to make, especially for a driver when you're out on track, because you don't want to lose that place. But then again, if you know that you're pretty safe for a podium, would you want to take that risk? And believe you me, in his mind right now, he's thinking, nah, I'm going to stay out till the end of this race. And we will see whether he does, and if he does, is it going to work? Because it could all go horribly wrong. And as we see the Sauber moving over there to let Stoner through, Chloe's slowly but surely closing that gap down on Stoner. Slightly open up now. It was down to 1.6, so it's back up to 2 seconds again. So this is very interesting indeed. Let's see what happens. My opinion, I think Stoner should be coming in. Yes, you're going to lose second place, mate, but you're going to maintain that third. Those are valuable points. So let's see. We're coming into lap 44, and Stoner stays out. A bit like the old classic, sense and sensibility. Well, doesn't look like he's got much sense, but he's certainly got sensibility. We will see how that pays off for him. So, though he's certainly in parts of the track closing down, but it's between 1.5 and 2 second gap between them. Zwoof, well, that gap's just getting bigger to Zwoof. It's now at 26 seconds in 4th place, but he's safely there. He's got good points. Can't see him coming under too much pressure from Slim, although Slim is on the super softs behind him. He is 2.5 seconds behind him. Then we have Martin, and Martin put in a great race so far, 6th place. I think he's going to be looking to go with these super softs to the end of the race, but they certainly will be ragged if he does. But he's currently in 6th place in Toro Rosso. Then we have Buddha in the Renault. He's in 7th place. He is closely followed by John in the Haas, who's been following him for a number of laps now and just not really able to get past this Renault. So he's going to be somewhat frustrated by that. And then we have Slacky, the second Renault driver, currently in 9th place. He's 18 seconds behind them. Then we have the Saubers bringing in at the back of the race, but great. We've had quite a number of DNFs, so they're still in it. And if you're in it, you might win it. You never know what can happen. So they were on the mediums. They've gone onto the super softs, as I thought, for the last quarter of the race, effectively. So they're certainly going to be looking to close down that gap, and certainly, well, we'll see if they can unlock themselves or not. But, Slacky, yeah, so they'd have to unlap themselves. Yeah, Slacky's a lap ahead of them there. So there's John now. He's closing that gap down to 4/10. He has got that gap lower, but let's see. Is he going to try and... No, he can't make the move for Ascari. He's too far out. Not Ascari, sorry. Varianti. First Varianti there. He can't make that move. They're coming around Biasona now, that long sweeping right, building up speed all the way round, so you are hitting 8th gear, not quite top speed as you come into the second variante. John starting to lay the pressure down now, backed off for a while, but now he wants that place from that Renault driver, and I don't think he's looking to have no as an answer. So they're just coming down to Ascari now, really closing in nice and tight behind here. He's undoubtedly going to be looking to make that move on Parabolica. You can see him just getting a nice little toe down the straight there, and he's taking that right hand side into Parabolica. So he's going to be looking to lay down that power just a little bit before that Renault. And does he make a stick? They're going to be side by side. And he's just ahead of him. He does have, of course, DRS, whereas the Renault doesn't. So beautifully done there from John in the Haas. Bided his time, lined it up, got himself in the right line as they were approaching Parabolica. Got a DRS, took the right hand side of the track, opened it up, and then as soon as he hit that DRS point, opened up those flaps, and away he went. So John is going to be very happy indeed with that, and getting past the Renault there of Buddha. He was stuck behind him for a number of laps, but now this gives him the opportunity to close down on Martin in the Toro Rosso. That said, Martin is on a set of super softs, but those super softs will be wearing thin. They've only got 6 laps to go now, so this really is a great show here from Martin, and also from the Williams drivers of Slim. So Slim, great show from him as well in 5th place, and Zwoof in the Red Bull. So 4th, 5th and 6th, those 3 drivers done a great race here. Very good indeed. I'm sure they're going to be happy with it themselves. Although Zwoof would probably like to be going through that first variante a little bit smoother. There we have Bo. He's in 3rd place now, and he's still behind Stoner. Now remember, Stoner has only pitted the once, so he's on an old set of softs here. Bo is closed down that gap. It was around about 1.5 seconds a couple of laps or so ago. He's brought it down to 4/10, and again we can see he's getting in nice and tight behind that Haas. But Stoner's wise to it. He takes the right hand side, but does that yes, and Bo makes the move through Parabolica. He has that better speed and grip on that fresher set of softs. And Stoner really now, I suppose he didn't have anything to lose, because he would have come out in 3rd place even if he'd pitted. So now I can start to see his strategy a little bit more, because he can still pit and come out in 3rd, as there is that gap to Zwoof of 29 seconds. So he's got more than enough time to pit and still come out in 3rd place. He was just hoping to maybe hold it off a bit longer. So 3-second time penalty there for Phenomenon in the Sauber for exceeding track limits. So I apologise, Stoner, for my earlier comments. I think you were thinking about it a little bit more, and you could see that you did have that gap to Zwoof, which if you needed to, although you didn't want to, so he still has the potential to pit, and it'd probably be wise for him to do so, because obviously those tyres are wearing thin, and they are prone then to well, to bursting or punctures or anything really. So he is taking a risk the longer he stays out on those, but we will see whether he comes in now. Now would be the time to do it. See if he does. Don't think he will. No, and he's staying out. Well, we will see how that pans out for him. So at this moment in time, we have Bass is our race leader in the Ferrari. So great show from him. Bo, his teammate, is currently 2nd. 3rd place is Stoner in the Haas. 4th is Zwoof in the Red Bull. Fifth is Slim Cheney in the Williams. Six is Martin in the Toro Rosso. Then we have 7, John in the Haas. 8, Buddha in his Renault. Slacky, his teammate in the second Renault, is 9th. And the 2 Saubers, Boyke and Phenomenon, bringing up 10th and 11th. So there we have it. Those are our runners and riders. 11 left, 4 laps to go. So 4 laps to go. Bass on a medium wear, I'd say, set of softs, as is his teammate Bo. Stoner is also on a set of softs, but he's been running considerably longer on that track, though he's in 3rd place. He has a 28-second gap to 4th place Swoof, so he certainly has the potential and the ability to pit, should he so wish, and still come out in 3rd place. But he is opting to stay out. Clearly, he's somewhat missed by the fact that Bo took him on the track for that 2nd place position, and well, I think he's seeing red now, and he wants that place back before the end of this race. He's got 3 laps to go. He clearly thinks he's got enough wear in those softs to do the job, and he's going to stay out till the end of this race and see if he can claim that 2nd place back. There is only 0.6 of a second in it, so there is certainly the potential to do so. Question is he making a mistake? Is he taking a risk too far? We will find out very, very shortly. So let's stay with them, because this could get messy. It has the potential. Coming down now to Ascari. This is where it will tell. Grip looks good. Grip looks good on that Haas. So he may well be calling this right. And ultimately, nobody knows better than the driver. Bass now set the fastest time so far of this race, a 1:23.8. So that's only what, 2.4 seconds off the best quali time. So great result there. See that Stoner just is not giving up here at all. He wants that 2nd place back. He wants to split these Ferraris, but can he do it? This is the question. He is on a set of softs the same as Bo's, just ahead of him, but Bo's softs are considerably fresher, and Stoner's are definitely not. So really, is he making a risk? Around Lesmo now, onto the 2nd DRS point. Dropping down the hill towards Ascari. We're on lap 51, only 2 laps to go. If he's going to make that move, he needs to do it now. He needs to get in tight behind this Ferrari on that straight leading down to Parabolica. He wants to get in as tight as he possibly can, but the gap is just too big. He's 0.6 of a second, but he really needs to be down to about 0.2 on that corner. And Phenomena just set the fastest lap, 1:23.6 in the Sauber. Fantastic show there from Phenomena. So he's clearly got into the window of those softs being at peak condition. Stoner now still closing in. They're coming up to the back marker now. Oh, and he's moving over. Nice job there, Sauber. I think that may have been Boyke, I'm not too sure. Certainly one of the Sauber drivers. So they're coming through 2nd Valianti now. Stoner is not giving up. He's only got a lap and a half to go. So he needs to make that move soon, but he just cannot close down this gap. 2nd DRS point. Clearly Bo hasn't got any DRS. Stoner just can't get that close. He needs to get right up the gearbox here of this Ferrari if he stands any chance at all. And Parabolica is clearly the place to do it. But he needs to be a lot closer than this. He's got it down to 0.4. So, no. He's not going to make it stick like that. And you can see that he's having to use the full width of the track there, even to keep up with the Ferrari. So, well, we will find out. Coming into the first Variante now. And Bo just closing the door nice and gently on him. No, you're not coming through here, mate. So, here we are now. Only 0.2 of a second in it. We're in the final lap. Can Stoner make the move on this final lap? He's certainly going for it. Into second Variante. He's looking to try and get the move done. No. Coming into Lesmo, but a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits there for the Renault driver. Round Lesmo now, into the second DRS point as they come round. This is now, if you're going to do it, Stoner, you've got no time left, my friend. So he's coming down to the Ascari now, nice and tight in. He's got it down to 0.3 of a second. He needs to get a lot closer than this. He needs it to be 2 to 1/10 to stand an opportunity. They're coming into the final corner now, into Parabolica. Is he going to be able to do it? Can he do it? Can he? Bass sets fastest time, 1:23.8, and that is it. Bass is our winner. Fantastic job from Bass there. Stoner. Does he make the move? Yes, I've got Stoner in second place. Oh no, I can't believe I missed that. Did Stoner take second place? Oh, excellent. Bow is showing us third place. So I don't know whether that's time penalties that have been incurred and taken into account there. But great job. Maybe Stoner was aware of that. So fantastic job from Stoner in a Haas there. Splits the Ferraris on the podium. Takes second place. Bo takes third place. Let's go with Zwoof now as he comes round to the start-finish straight. Zwoof takes fourth in the Red Bull. Fantastic show from him. Then we have Slim taking fifth in the Williams. Amazing. Toro, Rosso, Martin takes sixth. Fantastic job. John in the Haas takes 7 valuable points for Haas there. Buddha for Renault takes 8th. Slacky, his teammate, just coming round Parabolica now, will be taking 9th place. Great important points for Renault here as well. So Slacky takes 9th place, and Phenomenon as he comes round Parabolica. The Sauber driver, he runs with no assists whatsoever, did set a fastest time, 1:23.5, comes in 10th place. What a race we have had. Fantastic. Well, that was certainly everything it promised to be. An exciting race. A very, very exciting race. Quite a number of DNFs. We saw Mercedes go out. We saw McLaren go out. But there we have it. First place to Ferrari at Monza. Well, he's going to be happy. Second place to Haas, Stoner, Bo and Bass there, the drivers, Ferrari drivers, the twins as they are known. Very happy indeed. Very, very happy. And what a great result. So there we have it. Ferrari first with Bass. Stoner comes in second for Haas. Bo for Ferrari comes in third. Zwoof 4 for Red Bull. 5 Slim Shaming for Williams. 6 Marty for Toro Rosso. 7 John for Haas. 8 Buddha for Renault. 10 Phenomena for Sauber. 11 Boyke for Sauber. And as we have, the rest were DNF. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have. Thank you very much. We will be posting to YouTube as well, and you can watch us on Twitch and on Mixer. We can hardly wait until next week for race 13. Let's hope we can see you there again. Thank you very much. Good night and see you all soon.